Hello students, this is Smriti Singh. Welcome to your own channel LLS with SS. Today I am going to teach you about spore formation. Okay, in last video I taught you budding process. It is a sexual mode of reproduction, and another type of asexual mode of reproduction I am going to teach you spore formation. Okay, spore formation, it is actually form the offspring with a single body with the help of spores. So what is spore? Let me first explain what is spore. Spore is just like particles forms in a simpler type of organism, majorly in fungi and some kinds of algae also and other type of organism, but majorly it forms in fungi. Okay, fungi group forms the spores. That spore will develop from the parent body, and that spores come out from the parent's body, and that spores develop to become a complete offspring. Means that it is also a mode of asexual reproduction, and in asexual reproduction we already know that the single parent forms their offspring. Okay, so single parent forms their offspring with the help of spore in this case. Okay, so let me teach you how the spores converted into offspring and how these spores form from the parent body and which kind of organisms involved in this process of asexual mode of reproduction. So majorly it is occurs in fungi group and spore formation. Okay, this spore formation is spore, and this is the formation. Spore formation majorly occurs in the fungi group. Okay, and some kinds of algae also. Algae, fungi, there are some kinds of fungi. Let me write the example of it. It is mucor, Penicillium, Rhizopus. These three kinds of example, it is common example of fungi that have the mode of asexual reproduction with the help of spores. Okay, and another type of group is algae, and it has a common example, that is Chlamydomonas. Okay, Chlamydomonas. It is an algae, and it is actually green algae. It is actually green algae. Okay, this green algae you can see on the back of the tortoise. The tortoise hard shell covered back have the multiple algae, and that have a particular algae is Chlamydomonas. Okay, this is found over there back of the tortoise. Okay, and these all fungi groups consist, there are different examples, Rhizopus, Penicillium, mucor. These all fungi found in different places. Let me tell you how. I will teach you how these fungi will form offspring by the help of spores. Before know all these things, we must know that where we will get all these organisms. Okay, then we will get the familiar with it, okay, then we will get the link with these organisms. So let me first tell you where we will get from this. Mucor is a fungi. We will get this on the bread mold. Okay, it is also known as bread mold. It is also known as bread mold because it actually found in the bread, chapatis. Okay, chapatis. It is commonly found in the chapatis and bread. That's why it is known as bread mold. And this have the mode of reproduction by the help of spores. And another example is Penicillium. This Penicillium is also in fungi, and it is mostly found in the some kinds of rotten logs or rotten organisms or like that, where we will get the Penicillium. Rhizopus. Rhizopus is also a kind of fungi, and it is just as mucor like. Okay, and it also form their offspring by the help of spores. Okay, so let me teach you how these all organisms reproduce their offspring by the help of spores. First we get the connected with it. Chlamydomonas is green algae. It is found on the tortoise back shell of the tortoise, their back over there. Okay. These all are the example for the spore formation. Actually, we are going to learn spore formation. So spore is dust like particles forms. It may be flagellated or maybe non-flagellated. Okay, it this spores is just as a seed. We know that what is seed, but seed is fertilized, but it is not the fertilized, it is formed from the single parent. Okay, this is a cell like structure which have the flagella or some kinds of spores, those have not the flagella. Okay, the spores that have not the flagella, so it is non-flagellated, and if there is the flagella, then it is said to be flagellated. Okay, so there is the spore majorly, this is the spore majorly have three kinds. One is aplanospore. Aplanospore is the word for the non-motile spores. And which one will be the non-motile spore? The non-motile spore will be, the non-motile spore always be the non-flagellated. 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 What is the means of non-flagellated? Non-flagellated means that the particular cell that have never the thread-like structure. Okay, already we have learned about the paramecium and euglena. If you are remembering that, then you remember it. Euglena have a thread-like structure that helps them to move on the water and have the helpful for the capturing of food. Same as that, it forms a cell that is known as a spore. Some kind of species form flagellated spores, and some kind of organisms form non-flagellated spores. Non-flagellated spores means that have never consist the flagella or thread-like structure that helps to move. Okay, that is the locomotory part, but there is no locomotory part, means there are not the presence of flagella. So in case of aplanospore, non-motile means non-flagellated. The spores that is non-flagellated, that is non-motile. If there is no flagella, then no movement. Non-motile means no movement, and if the spore will non-motile, that spore is known as aplanospore. Understand? Now next, the another one is known as zoospore. Zoospore. Okay, what is about zoospore? Just you see the word zoo. Zoo means the animal. It means that animal is moving from one place to another place. Means animal can change their place. Just as same, these kind of spores can also change their place. But how these spores can change their place? Means that whenever the organism will form the spore and spore will come out in the environment, that spore never will be in the same place. It can move from one place to another place. How it is possible? Because of the flagella. Means that this kind of spore have flagella. So it is known as flagellated. Okay, it is flagellated spore and it is motile. Okay, are you getting the point? What is it? It is zoospore. Okay, zoospore means that this spore can motile. Why? Because of the flagella. That's why this spore is known as flagellated spore. Means that some kind of organism have flagellated spore, means zoospore. Some kind of organisms form aplanospores that never will move, means non-flagellated. Same as that, one another kind of spores are also formed, that is known as conidia. Okay, that is also another type, that is known as conidia. Okay, conidia is also non-motile and non-flagellated. But in case of conidia, there is quite difference between the aplanospore. Aplanospore kinds of spore is comes out from parent's body, and it will be in the same place where it is fallen down. Okay, same place, and the organism will form from that place only. But in case of zoospore, this spore will move and can move from here and there, and goes, and then it's developed. Okay, and a conidia is also a part of non-motile or non-flagellated, but it can never come out from the parent body, and it is attached with the parent body, and it is in the parent body, and it form their parts and makes the new offspring in the same body. Okay, so how it is possible, let me explain with the help of example that will clear you the most things. So let me explain all the things with the help of example. Let me draw the Muker diagram, then Penicillium, then Rhizopus, then Cladomonas, then all these things. Okay, so these are the major fact or basic things about the spore formation. Let me explain with help of example. Okay, let's see. Let's see the diagram on the board that will explain you how the spores help to form new offspring. Okay, actually this is the diagram of Muker. Okay, it is the diagram of Muker, that is bread mold that found on the breads and chapatis. Actually these kind of fungus will never, or we can never see with the naked eye. Okay, this kinds of diagram will be never visible. Okay, that is looks like a grayish color dust like over there. Whenever we will see the fungi on the chapatis of Muker, that will looks as dust like or grayish color, but never be look like that. Okay, but with the help of microspore we can see these kinds of diagram. Okay, so this is the diagram of Muker that can be never visible with the naked eye, but it can be visible with the microscope like this. You just see Muker is bread mold where the form of offspring by the help of spores. This is the spore, and this spore is aplanospore. Okay, this spore is aplanospore, which is non-motile, which can never be moved from one place to another place. Means that whenever these spores will fall down, okay, here, then the new plant or new parts of this Muker will form from here. Okay, just like that, the new part will be formed from here, and whenever this part will mature, then spore will burst, this part will be burst, and the spore will come out, and the spore again come out, then it will fall down again, the new part will be formed, and this way the new Muker will be formed. Okay, so this is the spore, the dust like particles, that is aplanospore that can never move. This spore will come out and fall in the place, and from same place the new part of the Muker will form. Same as that, it will grow one by one, it will grow. Okay, it never have the root, but it has the part where from where it is attached with the chapatis or bread. Okay, it has the substratum, it has the bottom part, but that bottom part you just see here, this is looks like at root, but actually this is not a root. It is said to be hyphae. Okay, it is said to be hyphae, and the networks of the hyphae, just you see here, the junction, one hyphae is going from here, one hyphae is going from here, one hyphae is there, one hyphae is there. So this, the junction of the hyphae is known as mycelium. Okay, mycelium, this junction or network of the hyphae, actually the definition of the mycelium is network of the hyphae. So junction of the hyphae is known as mycelium. With the help of mycelium or hyphae, these organism, these fungi will attach with the chapatis or bread. Okay, and this, the formation with the help of aplanospore, the spore will form and new mucor will form. Okay, this is the way. Same as Rhizopus. Rhizopus is also looks like this. Rhizopus have the diagram like this, same as like this mucor, and the Rhizopus also form the offspring by the help of aplanospore, means non-motile spore, means non-flagellated spore. Okay, same as that. So the Rhizopus diagram will never need to draw. Okay, Rhizopus is also as same like this. Okay, another example I give you, that that is the penicillium. Okay, and let me draw the penicillium structure, then I will teach you how the penicillium form from one parent to the next offspring, parents to the offspring. Okay, so let me draw the penicillium diagram and let me teach you about that. Okay, let's see. Now see on board, this is the diagram of penicillium. Okay, penicillium is also a fungi, but these fungi form their offspring by the help of conidia spore. Okay, conidia. So let's see, this is the diagram of penicillium, penicillium, and actually I want to tell you about one fact about the penicillium. You know that penicillin is an antibiotic. Okay, penicillin is an antibiotic. That antibiotics is made from this fungi, penicillium fungi. Okay, the antibiotic penicillin, penicillin antibiotic, antibiotics, the penicillin antibiotic is made from penicillium fungi, and this penicillin is, first of all, it is made by the Alexander Fleming. Okay, Alexander Fleming formed or invented the penicillin antibiotics from the penicillium fungi. This is the fact about that. But let me teach you how to form the fungi from fungi to fungi, how it is formed. Fungi, actually this penicillium fungi have, just you see, this all red dot, this is the conidium. Okay, this is conidium, means conidia, and it is attached with their parent body, and this conidia will form one by one, and this conidia will fall down and the new penicillium will form. This is the diagram of penicillium. So this diagram is actually explain you the how penicillium formed offspring. This penicillium have the part, this is the part, and actually this is known as stagnate. Okay, this is the primary stagnate and this is the secondary stagnate. This is known as the stagnate, and this is the conidium. Okay, actually whenever you will see this penicillium with naked eye, it will never look like this. It will never look like this. But whenever will you see with the help of microscope, then it will look like this. Okay, and this diagram will explain you how to form with the help of spore, and conidia is the spore, and this conidia helps to form the new penicillium. Okay, this is the things. Now let me take another example, and I told you about that example, that is green algae Chlamydomonas. So let's see how the Chlamydomonas forms their offspring with the help of spore. Okay, let's first of all let me draw that diagram that will explain you clearly. Let's see. Let's see diagram on the board. This diagram tell you about how the Chlamydomonas type of green algae forms their offspring with the help of spore. Let's see. This is the diagram of Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas, and this Chlamydomonas cell is divide their plastids. Okay, this is the green algae, so divide their plastids into two part. This two cell, this is the two cell is spores, and two from two cell it forms four, and four cell it is spores, and only one is, and these all spores will form like this, and this is the spore is zoospore. This spore is zoospore. This zoospore cell have the flagella. You just see this thread like structure you are watching here. This is the thread like structure. This thread like structure is flagella. Okay, this is flagella. Okay, and this flagellated cell is known as zoospore, and it means that Chlamydomonas type of green algae form their offspring with the help of flagellated zoospore or flagellated spore. Okay, flagellated spore. So this is the Chlamydomonas cell. That cell is divide their plastids into two and then four, and this cell, these plastids will form as a spore,